So what's the look ahead? Obviously, final season. You obviously have been on the show,
since the show's inception.
Yeah. So how is it going in this final season? Sad? Is there? How is the feeling?
For sure, it's the funnest experience ever. So it's ending, and that could be sad, but it's been the greatest experience ever. It's been so much fun. So no, I'm absolutely appreciative and thankful for what I got, and not disappointed in any way that it could be ending or anything like that.
What do you think of the progression of Happy on the show? Because he's been such a fun character to go from kind of the part-time character, and then obviously to the point where you're at now. How much fun has it been, and the reaction you get from fans? Because you get the best one-liners on the entire show.
Thank you so much. I think it's amazing. I started as a day player, and I went to recurring character. This year I'm a series regular, and it's cool to watch Happy evolve, just to watch him go from a nomad to try to break his way into the thing. And I think for the first 3 years, Happy didn't get to play with the kid and show a lot of emotion, and it's cool to watch him evolve into that character and show his humanity as it came to it. You know what I mean? In the first couple of years, I would smile, and the director would be, dude, you can't smile. You're called Happy, and you're not happy. And that's what the thing was. If you remember the beginning, they would make those shirts. Happy's change of emotion. It's all the same. But yeah, I like it. I like his evolving into what he's become now.
Niko, for you, obviously, again, you're kind of the same way. You've kind of come up. Now you're a full member. But I got to ask, going into this last season, was there any worry? Because the new members don't seem to last very long in Sons of Anarchy. The guys who have been made from prospect into member haven't lasted very long.
Yeah, no, that's true. So I think kind of, I always feel like I get, Ratboy kind of gets through by the skin of his teeth in a way, And there was a scene that I did when I first auditioned for the part where Ratboy actually talks about why he likes rats, and he says that they're survivors, And I kind of think that's also part of, in a way what's worked out with his character, that he's always somehow managed to just get by, So hopefully that kind of keeps going.
Do you think he'll survive all the way to the finale?
I hope so. I hope so.
Will Happy survive all the way to the finale?
I think that Cody's the only person that knows who's going to survive and who's not. I gotta say, I dig Rhett's. I dig his whole thing. He was the first person on our show that we made member in the room, which is a great scene. It's a great moment. That's a big moment for any man. Believe that.
It's a big moment to play as well.
And it was a big moment in real life because we are all really friends on that show, especially the guys who started. We ride bikes every day together since the first day of the show. After a 14-hour day, we hang out and unwind for 3 or 4 hours in the parking lot and joke and do push-ups, and so and we're doing this 7 years, so we walk on the show after 2 or 3. He's how long been?
I started on 4.
At 4 he comes on, and then you're walking into a group of guys that have melded together. So it was a big thing in real life, even because we all dig Niko, and it's believe it. I think if somebody came on our show and he didn't fit in the group, he might not be on our show too long. It's a pretty intense show.
Well, how do you go from that bonding off the set and being all fun and lively and everything else to being as serious as you are on Sons of Anarchy?
You know what? That's acting. And I think, we've worked with so many unbelievable actors at this point, some method actors. I'd never seen a method actor before. A guy who would stay in character for the entire day, no matter what. And, whatever works. I was blessed to work with great people. It's like a film education, but how about in the scene with Venus? We're walking into that thing. We are joking all the way, laughing, joking till we turn the door and everybody drops into their thing as we turn the door. Or in the last scene in one of the last scenes last year when we're all crying. It's like when they say 2 minutes, everybody goes away from everybody else and just gets into their thing, and it comes sound, speed. Everybody looking at everybody, and you pull up, it's all tears now.
It's funny because there is a lot of natural camaraderie on set, and I do feel like when when we kind of are working on scenes kind of like before they start, you know, there's just this natural kind of atmosphere that kind of happens, you know. There is a lot of joking around, but
I think it makes a great difference that we joke and hang out on the set all the time, and you could see it. And it isn't unknown actors you're working with, like it's your friends you're working with. So like we just seen the other day, and if I don't have a line, or you know, like it's an ensemble cast. Not everybody gets a line all the time. You know what I mean? You got to get the information out. And you got friends there to be like, "Yo, Hap," and he throws me the jacket that included me in the scene. Or I got friends, you know, like just unbelievable friends. They're like, "Dude, stand right here. So stand right here. You know, get in the deal."
Yeah.
That's cool. They're not selfish people. They're not upstagers. They're not trying to further themselves and not me or him or anybody else, but they're furthering us as a group as a whole. In fact, the whole thing from top to bottom, FX, I mean it. It's an incredible family of people that watch out for it. Like you see this, there's another show, the other shows that our friends are on from this show. They got 2 other shows. We all promote each other on that Twitter thing. Everybody's promoting each other. We all see each other outside the TV world. It's cool.
So with that family relationship, how are you guys feeling about this being?
You know, it's sad. Just like I said, last weekend I was sitting with my girl. We sat down and literally, let's count our blessings. Let's count our blessings over this past 7 years. That's what we did. You know, you could be appreciative forever you want, or you could be disappointed with what you feel you didn't get. I choose to be appreciative. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. I had a great time. You know?
this is bittersweet.
7 years is a long chunk of your life to do one thing, in my mind. I'm here from the show's inception. I'd say I'm with it a little longer than even 7.
What would you say the theme and the feel is so far in filming for season 7? Because there's certain story arcs we know are coming. The showdown with the Mayans. At least that was the underlying theme going at the end of last season. Obviously, the stuff going on with Tara being gone now. So what would you feel like is the theme of this season for you guys, for your characters, but just as an overall?
I have the answer already. Blood, death, genocide, revenge. I mean it. I'm not playing one bit. Their scripts are amazing. We're killing so many people, it's like a bad disease. You know what? It's cool. Whoa. We're on the toughest show in the air. The bloodiest show in the air. I'm old. I grew up with Hill Street Blues. And like, you don't know your Hill Street Blues until like right now, year number 7. Year number 5, you might get canceled. You know what I mean? You don't know you're going to make it to be this unbelievable history-making show that's alive in 23 countries, and I travel the world a lot. And I'm not the biggest guy on the show. I get recognized in Thailand, Bali. Like, this show's everywhere, and loved everywhere, which is amazing. You know,
But that's the thing as well. I think because it's coming to an end, you know, and the following that it's had, I think regardless of the fact that it's ending, it's still I think it's still going to live on for quite a while. You know,
it's
even
not gonna go
after.
away. It's a piece of history that will never go away.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool.
Given that off-screen bonding, how difficult is it when you lose a character because they're killed off in the show? You're losing that co-star on
Incredibly
set.
hard.
Yeah.
When we lost Opie, it was incredibly, unbelievably hard. Like, you get the scripts, we knew it was Opie's last day. We all showed up that day, and when it, you know, the camera's like this, the camera's like that, it's where the camera shoots. So when the camera's on Opie, it's not on us. So it was only Kim, Tommy, and Charlie, but Brian was like, "It's our friend, man." He's like, "Hey, I want everybody inside." The people he's done this 5 years with, and we all looked at him. It was intense, man.
Everyone was crying.
The people clapped for 20 minutes. The food people came in. Every single person in the whole production. You couldn't stop them. It was like a standing ovation for Ryan for 20 minutes. Yeah, it's cool, you know.
What do you
And the
think?
best part of this entire journey is I made my mom proud. That's it. That's what I tried to do my whole life, and I did it.
What do you think you'll take away from the working relationship and the collaboration you've had with Kurt Sutter? Because it has been, you know, very unusual. I mean, he's very involving.
I think he was acting longer than I was. I was a cameraman a long time ago, and for Zalman King, I gave it up, and I think I got a first-grade education in film. This is my 7th year. I wrote a show, Time Magazine, with Kurt and Chris. Got a first-hand education in film. I got a career to pursue for one. unbelievable friends that are going to go places.
Yeah.
This guy acts unbelievably. Going to be in one of my movies for sure.
Sure.
For sure.
Well, I feel as well as like I've learned, like DL was saying, I've learned so much from just being on the show. I mean, it was kind of like I studied theater. I went to theater school, but it's like when you work on a show like this, you can't. The experience is unparalleled because it's just such a unique show in that sense, and also working with the actors that we've been lucky to work with. It's been such a great learning experience. And it's for me, any of the other work that I've gone on to do from this show, any other shows that I've worked on, I've gone to them with the confidence of having the background and experience of working on Sons, because it's just been challenging in a lot of ways in terms of issues that you have to deal with and the emotions that you need to go through with the characters and the way it's shot. And the working with the ensemble cast, which I'm always been a fan of working with ensemble cast. And what's cool about working in an ensemble as well is like DL was saying, even when we're not always all speaking at the same time, everyone's working 100%, even when they're not saying anything. Everyone's contributing to the scene,
Yes.
even when they're not, they don't have a line.
You have to be in the moment. Imagine,
It keeps you on your toes all the time.
imagine when he came on the set. Do you remember we're hitting the hammer and he had to put the gun to his head and we barely knew him. Everybody was like, "Did you see that? He's amazing." Hey, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
guys.
Thank you.